There's something about the American work ethic that tells us we should always be busy. Being a workaholic might seem to be a virtue for some, but it leaves most people shamed for feeling like they're never doing enough.
In a new book called Laziness Does Not Exist, social psychologist Dr. Devin Price takes a closer look at the laziness lie and offers some real-world advice to overcome this pressure to always do more. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Now, I remember reading, and it surprised me, that work ethic is somewhat genetic. What does science say about our work ethic or our degree of laziness?
Sure, yeah, I think you're right to raise the genetic component because a lot of things about motivation are things that are out of a person's control, right? So if you're not predisposed to depression or if you're predisposed to have high grit, you're going to roll with some of life's punches easier. But it also has to do with so many other factors, such as your education, what the quality of that education was, how you were taught to kind of roll with life's punches, and then also just structural forces that kind of teach you whether you have agency in this world or if you're someone who's been really robbed of power many times over.
Is this kind of an American thing, this idea of productivity and the amount of hours work is equated with self-worth?
Absolutely. It's certainly been spread everywhere because our media and our culture is so omnipresent. But I spoke for this book, I spoke to people all around the world. And in America, it's uniquely pernicious because we have the Protestant work ethic. We have the legacy of enslavement. And we've just really linked how hard a person works with them kind of knowing their role in life and being a moral, upstanding person for so long. And we see it in the U.S. having some of the longest work days and the fewest vacations of any country in the world.
That's true, and you can still be lazy and be a good person, but so are we considering laziness a moral failure?
Yeah, exactly. When I say laziness does not exist, I'm saying here the idea that there's this slothful kind of evil, immoral force inside of a person that makes someone choose to disappoint people or let people down, that force doesn't exist. The kind of neutral meaning of laziness, like people have asked me, like, oh, what about having a lazy Sunday or something like that? That's fine, but it's really the idea that laziness is a personal moral failing that I'm kind of calling into question in this book.
Here's what I think happens, that people who work hard start to feel resentful because there's always that person in the office who is lazy and maybe getting just as much money. So
quit looking at me.
How should we? He's right there. No.
See, here we go.
See?
So how do we make sense of this in the workplace where you are supposed to be working?
Yeah, I think that's such a good example because really, who's the real enemy there, right? It's probably the employer who's either putting too much on someone's plate or not dividing up duties fairly or not noticing there's a problem. And so this book talks all about how we turn against each other, especially if we work really hard. We come to resent other people who maybe are struggling. And instead of asking the questions of who needs help, maybe I shouldn't be working as hard as I am if I'm feeling resentful. And I even talk in the book about how resentment is a sign that you need to be slowing down.
What about the idea that, I mean, if you go to work and you say, well, you know what, this is not right. I read a book that says I'm completely entitled to move a little slower, and your boss says he wants the opposite. How do you make a change and shift your thinking if your boss is telling you to work 60 hours a week?
It's really hard. Sometimes it comes down to organizing with your other employees and needing to unionize. Sometimes it comes down to finding ways to document everything that you do that you're not getting credit for. That's true in almost every workplace. People are doing a lot to support their coworkers, develop new skills, and we don't always get that recognized. So I think a combination of really advocating for yourself, documenting your worth, and also building up power with your fellow employees can help slowly change this culture.
Well, Dr. Price, thank you. There's a virtual book launch tomorrow at 7 p.m. at Women and Children First Bookshop in Andersonville, and you can find Devin on Medium and all the socials. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being with us. Hey, Mike.